The Turkey Valley Trojans clinched a postseason berth with a hard-fought 14-8 victory over Riceville last Friday night. Chatting here with head coach Mark Scott. And coach, what got it done last week?
Good spot. Exactly. It was a hard fought game. I mean, they came back and they ran to the ball on defense, and you know, and made a couple big plays on offense when we needed to. But it was a hard fought game.
The physicality of the game was definitely evident watching that ball game. What allowed your kids to rise to the level of Riceville and perhaps even exceed the level of Riceville's physicality?
They they wanted to, I guess. I mean, they came out and they played hard and they got after it. And yeah, they were. I mean, we were as physical as they were, I thought. And on defense, we kept bringing it and gang tackled well.
And you gave up 8 points in the first quarter. You shut them out the rest of the day. Defensively, what was the key to having that much success last week?
We did a better job of getting off blocks. I mean, they get off blocks a little better, and we did a lot better job of running to the ball. And second and third guys getting there and stopping that extra yak yards that they were capable of getting, and keeping their quarterback contained. And when we got to him a few times on pass routes, and I think mentally that might have been, when they ran passes, we got into him a couple of times, and they had an intentional grounding early once when he was going down. And I think that may have affected his psyche a little bit because he's a pretty good athlete.
And defensively, I know it's a team effort, but one kid I wanted to ask you about is J.D. Cruzy. Had 2 interceptions, including a couple to stop Riceville drives deep in your territory. 6 interceptions in 8 games for this kid this year. What allows him to be such a playmaker on defense?
The other team throwing him the ball. No, he's got good instincts. I mean, he's got good hands. I mean, that first interception. Oliver had a hold of the kid, and the kid just kind of threw it up, and he went up and he tipped it to himself. He went and he made a play on the ball. He went and tipped it, and on the second one, they threw the ball to somebody else, and he broke off to his kid, and stepped in front of that and picked it off. I mean, he's got good instincts. He's athletic. I mean, he's 6'1" and athletic sophomore kid that runs well. So
And this week, you get to face a team that you faced 4 weeks ago. From a preparation standpoint, is that a little easier knowing the fact that you're familiar with them?
yeah, they're not too hard to prep for. It's just that uh, can we get our kids? That game got ugly fast, and we got to get our kids to believe that we don't need to let it get that ugly.
And how are you going to able to be? How will you be able to do that come Friday night? What's going to be your approach against a team that knocked you off 4 weeks ago? How do you get your kids to believe?
Well, we're going to change a couple things we did on defense, and then it's not going to be pouring rain for one thing, hopefully, and that'll be a little bit of it too. And just and really and show them, we stopped them, this down, this down, this down, and also we don't stop them and they score a big run. We just got to take away that big run, make them earn it, and then do what we do on offense to try to score what we can.
And bottom line, you're back in the playoffs. How much do we have to celebrate that? Because sometimes sometimes from the outside looking in, we take it for granted, especially with the success that you guys have had. How much do you just have to maybe take Saturday this past weekend to say, hey, you know what? We accomplished one of our goals.
Well, I told that to the kids Friday night. I said everybody kind of thinks that because we have had been successful that the playoffs is just a give me. I said you guys had to fight your butts off tonight to get there. I said you guys did. That's what it should be. You should have to fight for it. I said, and teams people take advantage, because we've been, it's been pretty common for us here in the last few years to make it. But it's there's a lot of schools that would be more than happy to make it and be ecstatic about it. So there's that. But yeah, we kind of told them, yeah, now we got to go see what we can do this Friday.
All right. Hopefully you can find some success this Friday, Coach. Keep your kids healthy, and let's have another conversation next week. Best of luck to you.
That'd be good.
Mark Scott, head coach of the Turkey Valley Trojans.